Should be. Let me just. Yeah, let me just do my device. Say something. Wait. Nope. It's not. Hold on. Let me. I have to change. I have to change my output on Discord so the stream can hear your voice. Not that we're streaming.
Gotcha.
Not that we're streaming to anyone. It's just to record the video.
Yeah, that's fine.
Say something again.
Hey, how's
Gotcha.
it going?
All right, we're in there.
Working?
We're in there.
Sweet.
All right, cool. Cool.
Do you
All right.
stream League at all, or like do you? Oh, wait, so are you?
Occasionally, yeah. So let me.
So
I can.
are you a player right now, or are you just kind of like coaching and
I play, but I'm not on any team in particular. I just play in that league. Um,
Gotcha.
let me
What's your role?
I play mid mostly, but
Okay,
I've learned
sweet.
all the roles to a diamond one level.
Jesus. Okay. I saw the
Yeah,
screen share. You screen share. There's like a button on top.
yeah. I'm just hold on. My bro messaged me. He's got his birthday today. Okay, I'm just
Oh, that's
distracted all over the place.
very good.
All right, go. Screen share. Boom. Okay, we can just start an OPGG. Like this is my main right now. Like I said, I've just been playing random shit right now. I don't really care about climbing because I wasn't gonna hit master this
Yeah,
season. So
I feel you.
I
I've
had
been
about
playing
500
team.
games on my main, but to put it in perspective, like I had a Smurf, simply sounding. It's plat one right now after decay, but this was diamond one after like
Yeah.
900 games or so, 800
Okay.
something. So like I have over 1,000 games to combine. Like this is my other Smurf right now. I was just playing a duo with friends on this one. So it's like
Yeah.
plat three, plat two, like 200 games or so.
Yeah. No, I play a
I've
lot
been
too.
Timo abusing.
Nice. No, I just picked up Timo. I've been playing Timo, Nasus, and Scion top,
Yeah, to
just
put it
because I'm just like whatever about it's end of the season. I can't climb anymore.
yeah to put it in perspective, you need about 500 games for the system to like accurately rank you.
500. Okay.
So this is about accurate. I'm about D4 if I just spam like random champs, random rolls.
Yeah.
And
There you
and necessarily, this is just where I ended up. This could be it's like a stock, so it's like you want to look at the general trend line of a climb rather than the where you end up like at any point in time. Your trend
go. Yeah.
line is what matters the most. Um, but to put it in perspective, I would have to improve to get past this point or change my strategy, like have a better strategy going at it because I'm at 49% with 500 games, so it's just pretty accurate. Like if I don't do something about this, I'm gonna stay like this.
Yeah.
um
Okay.
but
I can see that.
for this, I could still climb a bit because it's above 50, and there's
Mhm.
also not 500 games played,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
And your
you
Marshall
don't
probably
really know.
not that bad.
So like for yours, let's see, like
Oh, my shit's
Senkrad,
fucked.
it's not 500 games though. So you know what I
I
mean?
know.
Like this
Do
or
the other
this
account.
your
Yeah.
what's
Ooh,
is this
it's
yours?
Senkrad, and then yeah, this one's also mine. Yeah. So on this one, I hit a gold one like
Yeah, yeah,
probably like a month ago, right?
yeah. I see the
And I
Scion
was
games. Yeah, yeah.
oh yeah, I've been running it the fuck down. I like I said, man, like
I
I'm
mean,
not
like I said,
prepared.
it doesn't matter. Like it's just a general trend. I can just see by looking at this, the
Yeah,
57%. Um, 100 games
yeah.
played. If you just kept, I know from looking at this percentage, you could keep playing Echo,
Mhm. I saw. Yep.
and climb to about, let's say, 57%, probably about mid plat to high plat. Um,
Yeah. No, I definitely think so too. I stopped playing my main two just because Sean wanted me to play different
yeah,
champs, and I hard agree with that.
without
Uh,
improving. I'm saying without improving, you could probably get to mid to high plat with Echo. If you
yeah.
improved, you could even hit diamond or past that.
Mhm.
Um,
I agree. I actually hard agree. Yeah. If
so
you want to check my other account, this account's like
what is it?
it's Senkrad, and then it's UWU. It's like my Discord name. Spacebar between Senkrad and oh wait,
Oh,
no, it is
it's
that
okay,
one.
cool. Cool. Yeah.
So yeah,
So
yeah.
like I said, about
Mhm.
accurate if you continue with this strategy of playing different champs a lot.
Yeah. I've
Like
definitely
this
been
winter, it
playing with
could
them.
go if you don't improve at all. You could still climb as long as you improve your strategy, like not
Yeah.
your gameplay, but like if you just play only, let's say only Kennen or only Echo or only Vex, where you have a high win rate,
Yeah.
or all of only these three, let's say, you don't have to improve it all, and you can climb to plat 2 or something, or plat
Mhm.
even higher, plat 1 or diamond.
Yeah.
Um, that's essentially how I look at it for stats.
Hmm.
Um, this one's
Okay, that
harder
makes
to
sense.
tell because it's not 50 games yet. Like it's still pretty good though. It's
Yeah.
consistent with
Vex
these
is
three.
just a little bit overtuned right now. But
Yeah, for sure. Um, and I like that you're playing ranked. You're actually playing games, so I don't have to like. You
yeah,
you have
I
600
hear
games here, and then you have so like you have enough games played. A lot of people's problem is they don't get into like they're not going to the gym enough. You know,
hmm.
like you're going to
Oh
the
no, I'm
gym.
in there.
Yeah,
I'm in there.
yeah. So
For sure.
that's the main thing right there. That's really good.
Yeah,
Um,
this account I was in plat promos and I like I just I was in plat promos twice and I couldn't like get past it for some
yeah.
reason and then at one point I went like on a pretty like bad loss streak. It was like 12 game loss streak and I just kind of gave up on it, you know.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, I'd say you at this elo you don't need to dodge. It does help your win rate though. I'd say in my experience it brings win rate up by 5 to 10%
yeah,
if
I
you
never used to
dodge.
dodge, but I've been starting to. But I
But
mean,
it gets
it's
you
too
in
late.
kind of a bad mindset unless you're really good at controlling that.
Yeah.
Um, because you don't want to be in the middle of a game and say, "Oh, I should have dodged." You know, in the middle of a game, you should just like try your best and then keep trying your best. But like
I agree.
in the champ select is definitely when if it's completely lost, you have no confidence, just dodge that game. There's no point.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
because it's like a 5 minute wait, and then you also have a Smurf, so you can just hop onto this account and go play a game without the wait. That's kind of why I made a lot of accounts, so you can kind of hop around.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, and then
Yeah,
you
but
can
the
track.
MMR's still not bad though for
Yeah,
the other account. This one, for this account, the Uwu one, I mean the MMR's fucked. I'm like getting like plus 12, plus 13 solo. Whenever I duel with somebody, I might get like plus 14. And
yeah, you
like,
can
but
tell
I
if you go
always
to
lose like minus 16, minus 18.
u.gg, will show you that shit too. The
Yeah.
It'll show you like the LP gain loss. Yeah, minus 11,
Yeah.
plus 11. Well, at least
Let's go
you're
down more.
gaining as much as you're losing, so it's not that fucked, you know.
Oh no, wait, no, I'm losing minus 18. I don't know why it's saying minus
Minus
12.
18 here.
I definitely did not lose minus 12. I definitely lost plus minus like 18, 16, 17.
Oh, really? I guess
Yeah,
it's just
that's
showing
weird.
weird.
Yeah, why is it showing minus 11?
But I don't know.
Oh, no, wait, is that the wins?
Or maybe you only had. Oh, it's because you only had 12.
Oh yeah.
It's
I
because
was
you
close
only
to
had
zero.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it means. Yeah.
Oh
Because
yeah, I need to use this website more. Yeah, my memory's
um,
fucked.
but yeah, it's
But
like I said, it's not really where you end at any of these peaks. It's like the overall trend you want to look at
mm,
over time. Um,
yeah,
like
can you expand that graph a little, or
it
like
wouldn't let me, but mine looks kind of similar. Simply.
it just feels weird. I mean, especially at the end of the season, most of the games that I like jump in, it's like you win a game, but then the next one you just lose. Like your whole team goes like 0-30 by like 20 minutes,
Oh, I
and it's
guess it's
just
because it's set
unwinnable.
to season 11 now. It's only in season 11. Core JJ's was a good one to look at in the past because it was like, it was very much a trend upwards, but like up and down all the way, you know?
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be. You're going to climb up and then drop some because you need
Hmm.
to, that's a system telling you need to like improve. And then once you improve, you climb higher. And
Also, do you
it's
think
like,
it's a good idea to like duel most of your games or no?
uh, if, okay,
I
my
really like
thoughts on
solo
that.
queue a lot.
If
Yeah.
you have, so if you duo, it's going to, the game is going to put you against either people that are higher average MMR or another duo.
Yeah. Mhm.
So it's even still. It's still even. So if you're confident that you and your duo are better than the other duo or the equivalent in terms of player skill added to the
Yeah.
other team, because sometimes it's not a duo, sometimes they just put you against better players. But
Yeah.
if you think you can abuse that duo strength more than that disadvantage, then yeah, it's good. I think it's actually an advantage then. So if you have a duo you consistently play with over like a couple of years, then
Hmm.
or you just randomly click with someone that's you have a certain strategy. Like he plays Zac, you play Yasuo or something.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing can be very beneficial
Yeah.
to climbing, and it helps because you tend to not FF when you're with a duo.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. You always
So,
try.
yeah, so that helps a lot, and it's just fun, right?
Yeah, yeah, but I would say yeah, like the games do get like, or the games do feel harder when you do it with somebody, and I mean, that's
Yes.
probably why.
Well,
Whenever I
they're
play
they're
alone,
like harder in a sense that if
or
you they're harder if you and your duo are not as good as the other duo.
I see.
But if you have the experience with that person, it's easier.
Yeah, he's a ribbon one trick, so it's
Yeah.
some games are really easy, some games are hard just because like the
Yeah.
matchups he plays against, yeah, they're not the best, right? Like,
Yeah, mid and
so,
top don't interact too much,
yeah,
but they
yeah,
can.
we don't. Nah, we usually just win lane, then we just win game like that
Yeah.
most of the time. Um,
Okay.
yeah. Anyways,
So, anyways, yeah, that was a lot of OPGG stuff, but I like that you're willing to play a lot of champs. Like I said, so show more. Let me show more past seasons. So you've played 39 unique on this. Uh, that's a fair amount, but I've seen people with 70 plus. So it's a spectrum. 17 on this,
yeah,
not so bad. This is more what I want to see. Is like if you really want to climb, like just limit the amount of champs you play, which is really
mhm,
good, and just stick to the ones with good win rates. Which, like I said, you can still play Vex even if you have 48 because it's not many games played yet. It's,
yeah,
it's really not much data to go off yet. It's
yeah. No,
starting to be good, but yeah,
no, I definitely have a plan for like next season.
yeah,
Because so the actual season doesn't start until like January, right? I believe something like that.
yeah, something like that. And then
But
obviously, like you eliminate these games and you'll climb more. But you know that. Like I'm assuming you
yeah,
knew this going. Like everyone playing
I was
Intik's
watching a lot
on.
of I was watching a lot of the buff.
Yeah, the boss.
Yeah, Mouse. Yeah.
Yeah. And I like that you're willing to like fucking just grind through these losses and just get the games in. What I
Oh,
would
yeah,
recommend, what helps with this kind of loss streak is playing in 3 blocks. So if you're gonna
yeah.
play
Actually,
games,
mhm.
yeah,
Someone just told me about it.
just play three at a time.
Mhm.
Uh Review as you're queuing up for game 2, review game 1 with do you have this program? Loki.gg?
I don't.
Try to get this. Um, I'll type it to you a disk.
Ugh.
It's a free program. Some MIT student made it or something, but it basically records. So if I click on this, it shows you a recording from my perspective. So you can see my clicks, like my mouse clicks and stuff, and my camera control. Um,
Okay, that's nice.
this is just a recording from when I was showing out of Corky the ward spot. So you run up to this wall, you click on that spot in the wall, and see this. There's a little pebble. There's a little pebble on the ground over here,
Mhm.
and you put your cursor on the top half of the pebble, and you put the ward down. I was just zooming in to show him the spot. That little see, there's 3 pebbles. 1, 2, 3. The
Yeah.
top pebble. You put your cursor over the top half of it, and
Mhm.
then you drop your ward, and it gets it into the tri bush.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I turned my quality up so I can show them because I couldn't see the pebble. Now you can see the
Yeah.
pebble. The top or it's actually the bottom. The bottom large one. So there's 3 large ones. The bottom large one,
Bottom large one. Okay.
and then see it right. See, I'm on the center now. You go slightly above center. Drop the
Mhm.
ward, and it's in the bush.
That's crazy. That's pretty cool.
And if you get really fast at that, like it's good against certain junglers like Zac, like against a bard who wants to portal from over here, or
Mhm.
a Lee Sin who can ward off the wall. Like any of those junglers, it's good against. That's probably the
Yeah.
hard. That's probably the hardest one in the game to do. So if you can do this ward spot, you can do like most of the other ward spots. But I was mostly just showing you this program,
Mhm.
because you can see how useful seeing where the clicks are, see those minute little details,
Yeah.
for review and your mechanics, especially because you do the sniping montages. Your mechanics are probably pretty good, and you can probably appreciate where you're putting your
Like.
mouse, like the little details.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I like watching pro
yeah,
views for
and
stuff like
the
that. It really
benefit is
helps.
you can review a game in this program while I'm queuing up for another game.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't have to
that's
use
good.
the client to do it. So now, now I don't have to review all 29 minutes of this. You know, just the
Uh-huh.
first like 5 minutes of your laning phase. Just
Yeah, like the most important
just
part.
quickly pan through it like this, see where you made mistakes as you're queuing up for another game. And then that's the point of the three block. You play 3 games, so you play your first game. As you're
Hmm.
queuing up for the second one, you review the first one.
Yeah,
Finish second one. As you're queuing up for the third one, you review the second one. And then after you're done
yeah.
with the third one, you review it and then you take a break. So
Hmm.
um, this means even if you lose all three, you're just playing a 3 block no matter what. Um, like let's say here you played a game and you lost, but you're gonna play another just because you lost this one. You want to get a win, but then
Yeah.
you lose this one, so you want to play another because you lost this one, and then you want to play another because you lost that one. You just keep going
Hmm.
until it hits this,
Yep.
and then you're like fuck. But if you just play
Now,
3 every time, it prevents these like tilt streaks because you're only playing 3 because you want to play 3, not because you want to play another game.
yeah, that's definitely a part of the problem. Where like I just like
Yeah.
tail queue, where like I just keep on queuing for
Or like
whatever, you know,
then
trying to
you
win.
you avoid this situation where you play 4, you win 4, and then you're like, shit, I'm on a hot streak. Let's play another, and you lose. It's like,
Yeah.
well, what if you just played 3, take a break, and then just go back at it? You know,
Hmm.
when you're refreshed.
That's true.
Um, it just makes gives you something consistent and makes sure you're not tilt queuing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
that'll be good. Um, Another thing you can do is some people have there's a strategy recently for climbing is you literally alt F4 out of the client as you're in post screen to not see your LP.
Really?
Yeah, it's yeah. You just for like 2 weeks, there's like Alt F4 out of the post screen, so you don't see your LP. So you're just playing. So it means you're just focused on the 3 block. You don't care about your LP or whatever. You just focus on what's gonna make you better at the game, which is playing three
Hmm.
games and reviewing all 3 games. Because like how much LP, whether this is a win or loss, doesn't matter. It's just the
Yeah.
fact that you played 3 and reviewed them and then got better for the next time. And eventually, you're gonna get more wins. Um,
Hmm.
it's just the people that stop doing that. It's the people that they play and they lose, they lose, they lose. They don't review any, so they don't get any better. And they played like 6 games. Like
Yeah,
I bet
that's
all of these
that's
games
my thing.
you probably didn't review a single one of these,
Oh, I did not. I think
which is
I was
fine. You might get better
yeah,
through feel, but it's gonna take you
a lot more.
twice, 3 times the amount of games
Yeah.
as it would if you just play 1, 2, 3, review, take a
Yeah.
break. So that's a good way to structure it. If you don't have fun like that, feel free to just spam games. Like if you want to Tyler won it, play 1,700 games, and you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
let's say Tyler one used a 3 block strat and dodged. Like he would probably get to Challenger in 200 games rather than 1,700.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
I
one of
see.
those things. But he's not trying to dodge and take breaks because he streams. Because
Yeah,
he
exactly. Yeah,
like he
he has a lot of time
exactly
too.
yeah. If you're streaming, it's a different story because you have to entertain the stream. It's less important about the wins. That'll be a good way to save headache. Um, okay, so getting into actual League of Legends. Let me go to practice tool. I did this last for um at a Corky, but I'll do this first for you. We're doing the luck spot drill. I'm gonna show you the luck spot drill. Okay, so you go into practice tool.
Okay.
You add a Lux, make it intermediate. Start the game.
Okay.
What champ are you gonna play? Mid Echo or Vex or
Um, does it matter? Or
no?
like
It doesn't matter.
let's do Syndra.
Syndra. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't own Syndra. Fuck.
that's fine. Let's do we'll do Vex. We'll do Vex.
I don't have Vex either. Let's do
We
Echo.
can do
Fuck.
we can do Echo,
We're
yeah.
doing Echo.
Yeah.
All right. It's just on my Smurf. I should switch to my main, but
No, that's fine. I don't have a lot of camps on my stuff too.
it doesn't really matter what you take for runes. Just make sure these ones are right. The adaptive ones.
Yeah.
Just because you're just in this drill,
Do
you
you
just
want wait? Do you want me to do this too, or
no, just watch for now.
okay?
I'll show you. Um, the point of this drill is efficiency. And it gets you better at a lot of the fundamentals of the game. Um, you're not allowed to damage Lux with your own attacks. Like only your own minions can hit Lux. Like you're not allowed to auto attack her. You're not allowed to use abilities on her. For farming the creeps, you can set your own rules. I like to say don't use abilities at all. You're just auto attacking in this drill. You're just avoiding skill shots and auto attacking. So just get you in the right mindset right away. Use as much efficiency as possible, even from the start. So like I'm not clicking on the shop. I'm hitting P to open shop.
Yeah.
Right clicking to buy I'm not left clicking and hit purchase. I'm right clicking to buy. It's very basic stuff. I'm not buying a stealth ward because look, when you leave the base anyway, it puts it in your inventory. You didn't need to buy it. So don't waste the time buying it. Just
I didn't know.
When you're leaving shop, don't click the X. Just hit X. Just hit escape.
Yeah.
You know? Like efficiency.
Yeah, I think I've done this. Is it where you go balling and you just farm, right? I think I've done this. Or do you go mid lane?
Yeah, you go bot. So and then when you're going to lane, still efficient. So use Shift S to teleport yourself. Like Shift S just teleports you. If you want to speed up the minions, it's Control Shift O. So right at the start, you can hit 3 times. And then, like, so for example, let's reset the game. So Control Shift P resets the game. Efficient. That's why this drill is so good. Is you can just keep resetting it and doing it. So like, I just reset the game. Now I'm hitting Control Shift O to spawn. There's fast forward the minions. Fast forward them 3 times. They're in lane. Cool.
Yeah.
Now I hit P to open the shop, buy my items, close, teleport to lane, restart. Okay. Level my ability.
Yeah, I think Sean had us do this, and we had to send him the VOD.
Yeah.
How many like minions?
Yeah. So you dodge the skill shots, and it's okay if you get hit, but just try to avoid it basically. And then if you're eating autos, I'm trying not to eat autos, but when I do, it's to draw minion aggro onto her.
Yeah.
And you get as many lasts as you can. And then this gets really good at clicking close to your character to avoid skill shots, and I'm anticipating her spells. So when her Q's up and her E's up, that's in the back of my head. I'm thinking, okay, her Q's up and her E's up. Which one can hit me? Probably the E. The E is the farthest range, so you space her E. Now her E's down. I can move a little closer because her Q's a little easier to dodge. That's what you're just tracking your cooldowns in her head. You're prepping these minions. I'm not prepping them very well, but it gets you really good at lasting under turret.
Yeah, I mean it's hard when you're like not spamming.
Yeah, and it's tough with Echo because it's like you're like his abilities are usually what gets him the farm and helps him push. So like certain champs are easier than others, but the point is just doing this drill is staying healthy, getting better at the last hitting and dodging skill shots. And then
I agree.
The micro, so I'm using like A click, S. I'm using S a lot, clicking close to my character, wiggling.
Wait, what are you clicking S for? Or what do you mean?
It stops. So like, say I'm like, it stops my character. So if I want to walk up close to this minion but stop, I hit S.
Okay. See, I don't know any of it, or I guess I just never like really.
And if I want to attack this, you A click, attack move. So it's like it shows you the range of my auto attack, and I don't have to click right. See how I can click next to it and it'll still attack.
Yeah.
So in case I miss, it still goes off.
Okay.
And then every little thing you learn about the game fundamentally is what you can like add to your little trick of cards to get more CS here.
Yeah.
So right now I'm just eating one auto attack and then backing off. So she eats aggro, but then I take the minimum amount of damage.
Yeah.
You can actually do this drill where Lux is forced back to base without touching her.
Wow.
Like, the bots will only base at like 10% health.
Yeah.
You can actually force her. Yeah, you can actually force her to base. I've done it before, by just manipulating the wave well enough and making her draw aggro for every time she attacks you.
Yeah. That's cool. I definitely never done that.
So this drill, you normally do it to 4 minutes 30, but since I reset the game once, the game timer doesn't reset when you do that. So I know it's wave number 7. I played for wave number 7, and I farmed that. Okay. So this is wave number 6. Number 7's approaching. So number 7's right here. So I farmed that wave, and then I stopped the drill.
Nice. Okay.
So basically, these last 6 are what I can farm these last 6. So it doesn't. So I can tank more damage now because I maintained my health bar so far. It doesn't matter if I
Mhm.
tank damage now because I'm gonna stop the drill anyway and recall. So
Yeah.
as long as I don't die, it's fine to just barrel through these creeps and just tank
Yeah.
her. That's how you can think about it in game. If you're gonna recall anyway, you might as well just like tank the creeps for a bit. But I ended up dying for it because I miscalculated or I didn't dodge the skill shot at the end. So when you do
Mhm.
that, just reset the game, Control Shift O 3 times, do it again. So basically,
Gotcha.
that's the drill. Um, if you get
Ooh.
there's little tricks you can learn here and there, like to get better at it. Um, like I said, using attack move, using S to stop yourself, wiggling like
Mhm.
this, faking back and forth, um,
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot more.
positioning. So like
Mhm.
when she's top like so, let's say the wave is here, right? Now I'm in the center. I'm the center of the wave right now. I'm below the wave right now, and I'm above the wave over here. So
Mhm.
if she is, let's say, facing me like this, she's above the wave.
Yeah.
So I want to be there below the wave. I want to be diagonal to her. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, yeah. You want to be like opposite over,
because
like going of the wave.
it's the most amount of distance the skill shot has to travel to hit you. Because if
Yeah.
you're right in front of her, see how that's a shorter line. Like if I'm up here, it's easier for her to hit me than if I'm over here.
Yeah.
Because I'm diagonal to her. So you keep an eye on her positioning. If she's above
Mhm.
the wave, you're below, and then your positioning. The spacing is I'm on the edge, so her E range can reach like this arc. I'm on the edge of that arc. See, I'm just on the edge of that arc always.
Yeah.
Now it's down. I can move in because her thing's on cooldown. Now she's drawing aggro. I just back off. She just got chunked.
Yeah.
So it's like
Okay.
little things like that. I wasn't on the edge of the arc there. I was too close to it, so I got hit. Um, so yeah, diagonal positioning, wiggling parallel. So when I'm wiggling, when I'm doing the wiggle, I'm doing parallel clicks to her movement. Parallel, 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 parallel. When she throws the skill shot, that's when I switch to perpendicular.
Okay.
So yeah, parallel, parallel. She throws it, I go perpendicular. That's the you want to dodge at right angles for the most part. For the most part, there's exceptions to that rule, like a Diana Q or something. Like a Diana Q, you have to dodge it by moving into it.
Yeah.
But for most part, straight line skill shots, you dodge at right angles, and that's going to be your best bet. You also want to avoid structures and walls. A wall, being near a wall like this, will mess with your hitbox, and then it's almost like you can think of it like a magnet. Like my hitbox is like a magnet to this wall. They'll repel each other, so it actually creates a bigger hitbox when you're near a wall or a structure like this. So you're better off dodging skill shots in the open like this,
That
and
explains the Nautilus hook.
yeah, around the open, because the hitbox they get warped around walls and stuff, and it's really fucky. So if you're throwing a skill shot on someone, wait for them to walk next to a wall, then throw it at them.
Okay.
That's how you hit more skill shots.
Yeah.
Then if I'm over here, I can only dodge one way. I can only dodge down, and
Yeah.
my hitbox gets fucked simultaneously. So you can just throw the skill shot at my feet, and I get hit 100% of the time.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, those are little mechanical things. Um, I'll show you the ward spots. So like this was the one. So you get yourself in this little crevice, this little
Yeah.
spot right here.
Mhm.
Um, this, like I said, my quality is low. So 1, 2, 3 pebbles. These three big ones.
Yeah, I can stand up.
It's
Mhm.
this one right here, the
Yeah.
bottom big pebble. So I'm in the center of it. Now I go top half, drop the ward.
Easy.
You can do it quickly if you just get good at hovering the cursor like this. And that's really good ward. Um, this one is the classic one. So like you can do it from both sides of this. Just put it in this little crevice. So this little crack in the wall,
Mhm.
right above this corner. Like see this bigger rock in the waterfall, like above that. or
Yeah, I seen
yeah,
this done before. I
to the
just never
left of
done it
it.
myself. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
start doing
it's
that.
really good to get used to it because imagine the difference between doing that and then walking
Yeah,
over
all the way
here,
around.
and then you face check it and die. Like you just get queued from Lux from the bush or something.
Mm,
You fucking die for it. So that's a really good one to learn. Um, this one's the hardest one in the game to do. So if you get really like good at this one, it's good. Yeah. See, if you do it wrong, it ends up moving you. You have to get your
yeah,
cursor like just in the right spot, like that.
that's that's cool. I'm
And
gonna
then
start doing that.
this one's really good. So Baron Pit, when you're fighting Baron,
Mhm.
stand it. See this little corner right here?
Yeah.
This little corner. Click this one. You actually have to click on your ward normally to see the range.
Mhm.
Because when you do this, see how it's green when it's in the bush and not green when it's not in the bush.
Yeah.
You actually take it so when it's green, just when it stops being green. So like just now. Wait. Now. So right here. All right.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I was in the wrong spot to stand. So if you're in the right spot, it works. But you go. So it's just not green. Right here. Okay. Well, did it wrong again. But you get the idea. It's like just when it's
Yeah.
not green. But I don't know why it's not working right now. But I did it first try last time. Let's just say
No,
that.
yeah. I think I might have done this one unintentionally.
But
Because
yeah,
I just
this
timed it
one
and
you get
didn't
into
work.
the bush. I'm just forgetting the spot. I don't know why it's not. Okay, that's the spot.
There it is.
So it's you learn. I think it's this crack in the wall. Just when it's yeah, it's like somewhere near this crack in the wall, and
Yeah.
you just drag it till just when it's not green, and then it gets it into the bush. So that's a really good one. This wall you actually can't. I don't think you can get it into the try from here. I've tried a lot. It's too far. But you can from here. You can get into this little spot in the wall, and
Mhm.
then I think it's this moss. See this moss on the rock,
Yeah.
and
Like the darker green.
this little indent
Mhm.
right here. You go just below the indent. Wait, okay, right, just right there, right there. This little spot in the indent gets it into the bush from right here. And this one's really good because this one's even a more of a wraparound. I've died doing this before, trying to ward like this. But you can
Mhm.
do it. You can do it
Same.
from right here. So this little spot, find this little indent right to the left. Boom. Oh, I did it wrong. Right there. So a little to the right. It's
Yeah,
this
I'm gonna
one's really
practice these.
tight. Yeah, right here, right here, right here.
They're pretty cool. Yeah.
See, I know the spots, but I can't even do them 100% of the time. You know, because I don't.
Yeah. No.
But if I practice this more, I would be able to. And this saves you. This saves you a lot. Like this will save your life from a gank, or some jungler just cheesing that bush.
Yeah. I agree.
And then this one won't really save you that much, but this one will impress people. If you can get this one, you'll impress your ADC or something.
Yeah. Let's
Um,
get a few more honors.
yeah. So settings. Um, I use movement prediction. This one's a kind of a personal preference. I'll show you the difference. I have it off, clicking back and forth. Looks normal. Have it on. See how it's like a little more responsive?
Yeah. Wait. What the heck?
It's
I
like
think I have it
quicker.
off, but you said it's
It's
better to have it on.
I play with it on. I don't think it's better either way. I think it's like personal preference. It feels smoother. It like feels more responsive when I have it on.
Okay.
It's more jarry though. It's more like jagged. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
kind of it's like predicting. It's like increasing perceived responsiveness of your character's movement. It's not like I have slow network conditions. It's just I just like having it on. It basically simulates zero ping.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I might
that's not
actually. I don't.
what's actually happening is that with it off. Like so, what's actually happening in game is with it off.
Yeah.
That's your lag and stuff. But this makes it so it like feels like you're not lagging at all.
Nice. Yeah. I'm gonna definitely check if I have that on or off.
I just like it. You can have auto attack on or off. That's also preference. This one's interesting. This one's preference as well. But it defaults it to per side offset now. Which if you look, my camera is not quite in the center. It's slightly favoring this side. Like there's more space on the screen over here than there is on the other side. But when I switch to fixed, it goes right dead center.
Yeah. What do you usually play with?
I like fixed 'cause I think it feels better for kiting, having the same amount of space on
Yeah.
each side. Because then I can, when I hit spacebar, like it's just nice and centered.
Hmm.
But when I have it on per side, it's still kind of centered, but just the idea is it gives you more vision on the side you want to look at. But I don't think that feels good per se. You know,
Yeah,
I
no.
play I played it with it for a while, but it feels a little off to me. Like it feels like I want to go forward more than I want to go backwards in this. But
I feel
I
like it
think
would bother me a lot.
yeah. So but
I don't think I can do it.
I like it on fixed. So if you should change that because I think it defaults it to per side nowadays.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll check it out.
you might want to have it on change it to fixed. Um,
Yeah,
Move camera on
100%.
revive. Change unchap that. You don't want move camera on revive. Um,
What would it move, or what does that mean?
uh, so when you're trying to watch stuff when you're dead, when you spawn, it snaps your camera back to here.
Oh,
But
okay.
you want to like not have your camera get fucked with.
Yeah, I definitely have that on then.
Um,
So I'll turn it off because it does move it.
Camera move speed. This one is so this the speed that my camera moves when I do this when I pan it around.
Hmm.
This one you want to increase it by like a couple ticks every now and then until you get up to like I'm still doing it myself, but you want to get up to like 70 or so. Um,
Is that just so you can like look around the map faster?
yeah, it's just more
Okay.
efficient, right? So every time I move my camera, if you get used to it, like at 90, like it's just quicker, right? It's just
Hmm.
it's a little hard right away, but that's why I have it at 60, whatever. But
Yeah.
a lot of coaches say just every now and then bump that up a couple ticks.
What's your regular DPI for like your mouse?
I play on 1,000,
Okay.
so I'm relatively low compared to most players. But you notice I click very close to my character for the most part.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm very good at using spacebar to like save myself mouse movement and like
Yeah, I
you
use
know what I mean.
spacebar a lot. Some people don't
Um,
even like center their character. They're like playing like two screens away. I'm like, damn.
yeah, because clicking very close to your character, you see how much distance this saves you than clicking here, 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 like all the way around. Like, you know, it's doing the same
Hmm.
exact thing, but I'm doing it like this, like
Yeah.
um. And then I actually figured out something with the camera you can do. Um, it's a little bit unnecessary, but I like it. So let's say to save yourself even more distance, you can click in the direction you want to go,
Hmm.
right? Click away from that spot and then hit spacebar. So click where you want to go, click away from that spot, and then hit spacebar. But see how my mouse already moved back to where I want it to go?
Yeah.
I didn't have to move that distance. So if you get good at tapping spacebar, you can actually save yourself more mouse distance, which I learned recently. This is a very advanced mechanic, but you don't need to use this. I don't think anyone even uses this besides me. But I just figured it out. I just figured like when you hit spacebar, I noticed my mouse like moves.
Hmm.
So or my screen moves, but my mouse stays the same. So if you if you do that very specific, click in, click out, spacebar. That's actually the best way to camera control. Click in, click out,
Gotcha.
spacebar. Click in, click out, spacebar. If you get really
Okay.
good at tapping that, that's all like minute things you don't really need to do. But that's the idea. This drill is it's all these 1% things, all these little tiny things add up, and
Yeah.
become part of your overall plan. Um, Cursor scale, I think I had that at 50. It doesn't matter. Smaller cursors sometimes nice. I said it's a smaller on some, bigger on others. Accounts doesn't really matter. Uh, Make sure you have spell costs on. Just
Spell cost. Okay.
show mana costs and then timestamps. So timestamps are definitely needed. Um, as a mid laner, you do you watch Do and B at all?
Occasionally. I usually watch more of his highlights.
But
I don't really
you've
catch
seen
all
what
his
he does
games.
in chat, right?
Yeah, he like well he puts all the timers right. Like as soon as
Yeah,
something
so
happens.
that's your job as the mid laner. Like you are the support need
Yeah,
you are the support need to do that. I know a lot of people don't, but like he's one of the few in the world that actually does. But if you
yeah,
can do it, it's actually there's so many benefits. It's
he's fucking cracked at
so
it
let's
too.
say let's just show you how to do it first. So like mid flash first of all, he does this right away. So as soon as let's say someone flashes, right? Doing B will type a 1 or type a 2, type a 3 when he sees that.
Yeah.
He'll type a random number or letter or something like a D or something, just so he gets the timestamp. So now he knows.
Oh.
Okay, Echo flashed at 22:11. So how long's flash timer?
Uh, 5, right?
Yeah, 5. So what's
5 minutes.
what's what's flash timer influenced by?
Um,
There's two
just runes,
things.
right?
There's two
Yeah,
things.
one of them's
Yeah,
is it
run's a rune. One's a rune,
rune? Yeah.
and then
Is
what's the
it
other one?
the boot?
Yes, boots. So if you see they don't have lucidity boots, uh, you can kind of you can tell if they have the rune by hitting tab and see if they have inspiration tree. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't generally worry about it. Just do the +5 normally. If you think they have inspiration or they have lucidity boots, you can subtract like 20 seconds
Seconds.
or so. You don't have to go crazy with the math, you know?
Yeah.
Like don't slow yourself down to do it, but like just have a general idea. So around 22, you add 5. So just to keep it simple, I'm just going to go 27. So
Hmm.
echo you do echo F, or you can do echo F, or you can do mid F, whatever's shorter
Yeah.
to type, and then you do 26, or yeah, 26 because it was 21 or whatever. And then to copy it, you do Control A to select, and then Control C, and then paste with Control V. So it's just you're just doing that basically. So it's you type mid F26,
Hmm.
Control A to select, and then Control C to copy.
Yeah.
And that's how the leak works. And then every time you hit enter, you just Control V, enter Control V. So if people are flaming each other in chat, you just want to flood the chat with these real quick,
Yeah.
because
That's a good
then
idea, actually.
yeah, literally no one can see the chat now. They only see the flash timers. They know you're tryharding still. They
Hmm.
get distracted away from the flame. Like there's so many benefits from doing this. Um, Now your team knows what to play around. Your team knows to play around mid for the next 5 minutes. Or if you're doing this, you say bot support F28. Now your team knows to play around bot for the next 5 minutes. So it gives your team like objectives basically. It keeps them focused on the right objectives um, by constantly spamming these because they know what side of the map to play around, or they know that
Hmm.
they can finish kills off or not without dying.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
it keeps them goal oriented. Like instead of flame in the chat, they have timers, and no one's gonna mute you if you're spamming timers, right? Like
I hope not.
they're
Nah.
gonna want the timers.
Yeah, people that want to win won't, but
Yeah,
the weird ones
exactly. And
will. Yeah.
that's what you want. You want the people that want to win on your side. So
Hmm.
that's all good to do. Like I said, it's either your job or the supports, especially in competitive play. Um,
Yeah. I'll
you're the,
definitely start doing it a lot more, or at
yeah,
least I'll try slowly.
yeah. So that's it for mechanical stuff and luck spot drill. That's a
Hmm.
good baseline. So like a 44 is perfect on the luck spot drill. If you can get a 44, that's absolutely perfect.
A 44.
That's every single creep you can get in the first
Yeah.
in the first 7 waves.
I
And you
think
think about it,
that's what.
that's around the
Yeah.
5 minute mark in game. So if you had 44 CS at 5 minutes, you're chilling. You're at like 9 CS a minute, 10 CS a minute. Um, and the drill, if you can do that drill without abilities and get 44, I've done it on Tryndamere and got 43, but it's easier on him because his auto attacks are easier.
Yeah.
And
So,
Aphelios I've gotten 43 on before. Like certain champs are easier to do it on others, for good reason.
yeah. I feel like ADCs would be easier.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
only done it with Ori. I've done it with Ori a few times, but I only
Yeah,
gone like 33 at my max with like
which
no
is pretty
abilities.
good. Which is pretty good. Like I said, 43 is really hard. Like 44 is perfect. It's really fucking hard to get anywhere in the 40s though.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the champ that I best CS with is probably Syndra. I got like perfect CS in Syndra like during laning phase a few times.
Yeah.
But it's dangerous. Nothing too crazy.
No, that's
Like
good.
super easy.
That's the most consistent way to win games is to get perfect CS and uh,
Gotcha.
yeah, because you can't guarantee kills all the time. Because kills are usually if the person's mispositioning or not, but the creeps are going to be the same every
Yeah,
game.
there's rarely any like solo kills. It's
Yeah.
always just team play.
Hmm. And you can think 13 CS is like one kill.
Mhm.
So
I
The
hear.
Teemo strat I've been doing is like I don't care if I die at all or get ganked. I'm just gonna deny this person 13 CS before I die. So
Yeah, one of my
I
games,
just
I
hump
was
them
going
under
for like 40
turret.
CS.
Yeah,
Mhm. I was going
yeah,
for 40 CS against a freaking Malphite, but still lost that game. Be like
yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure that'll happen. Um,
Team was just funny. I don't know.
the drill will give you a baseline though. So let's say you got let's say a 33 on Mori.
Mhm.
Next time
Yeah.
next time you warm up for League, now all you just realize okay, all I have to do is hit a 33 and then I'm at my baseline.
Yeah.
And then if anything over that, you're now really warm, like you're really good to go. Anything
Yeah.
if you anything below that, you probably shouldn't queue up.
I
If you
see. Okay, that makes sense.
like nothing else gives you a better baseline, right? Like there's nothing else in League like other than playing a game, you know. Like
Yeah.
this drill is so consistent that um I mean, sometimes sometimes it's a little inconsistent. Like sometimes Lux will hit you some shit that you weren't expecting, um, but you get the idea. You played a few times, like you're getting like 20s. You probably shouldn't queue up if you're getting like 20s. But if you're getting close, if you got a 31, you're probably pretty good. You know,
Yeah. No, that
like
definitely makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah, some games I go into rank and like I can't CS for the life of me, and then some games I can. So yeah.
yeah. So that's a good way to block it. Is like do those 3 blocks, and then before you play, just make sure you get to your baseline on that Lux bot drill, or try to get better than your last score or something.
I see. Okay.
Um, that'll be a good way to do it. And no one, you gotta realize how easy it is to spam that drill because you can Control Shift P to reset the game, and then you know what I mean. Like, you can keep doing that. That's why it's so good. You can do 10 of those drills in the span of one solo queue game,
Mhm.
and you get better after every drill. Whereas some solo queue games, you don't get it better because you got griefed or something.
Yeah.
Like the
That's
luck spot's not
yeah.
griefing you, right? So, um, you for every time you do that and someone else doesn't, you're gonna climb. Like that's how you climb out of gold or out of plat. You do more than the other plat players are doing, and
Mhm.
that's a really good way to do more. It's the only downside is it's kind of boring after a while. So that's you just have to get yourself to like it. That's the only downside.
Yeah. No, usually I'll just put on some music and just go, start grinding. It's kind of the best way to play League, at least for
Yeah.
me.
Let me add you on this account,
Mhm.
Senkrad. Do you have any recent solo queue games? I guess these ones we can go
Uh,
over. We can go
I
over
could
one of
actually,
Scion ones. Just
I
I
can, if you want, what would be better if we go over like one of the matches that we did, or like an actual match I had against like another team, if you
uh
want, or we
sure.
can do
Yeah,
solo
yeah,
queue.
yeah, yeah. We can do that.
Yeah. Actually, let me see if I can find it because I think it might have been from the last patch, and I might not be able to get it. Yeah, I might other
Before
account
we
at
do that,
the.
let me open up one of these and just show you how to make a plan for the game,
Okay, sounds good.
or
Yeah,
the
I definitely
very
need one for
basics.
Zion.
Um, just the very very basics of how to think about this. Can you add me back on?
Yeah, can you have my other account since
Oh yeah,
I,
yeah,
I I don't have any good games on that one.
yeah.
Let me log in real quick,
Or let me add it.
and then it's not a spacebar. Yep.
Gotcha.
All right, here, I'm
Um,
logging in.
yeah, and I'm less watching this for the actual game and just more so I can show you the champ select and or like at the load in screen how I make a plan.
Okay.
You just gotta add me back.
There it is. Cool.
Alright, cool. Let's go to this. Oh damn it! Fucking riot.
It's been like this for so long. The client just dogged me.
Okay, well we'll just go. We'll just look at one of mine then if it works.
I was
Okay.
able to get a one loaded. We could look one of the Mouse Art games.
Yeah, I just want to show you real quick, just how I
Yeah, no problem. Well, I could download these. Because we scrimmed our JV team like not too long ago, like
actually
last
this
week
won't.
actually.
I can't pull up Epic Pen right here.
I think those matches were fine.
Let me show you. I'll just show you in Loki. It's easier to show you in Loki. That's why this program's so useful. It's like you can use this and Epic Pen at the same time or something. Just draw on it. Um,
Yeah.
let's see. This game. That was just okay. Sweet. So this is load screen, obviously. Um, so thinking about a game plan. Let's say we're mid. You're
Hmm.
you're TF. You're against Seraphine. So League can kind of be. I take this from this guy. He's a coach recommended by LS actually. He's a former Korean pro player. Um, fuck, I'm forgetting his name. It starts with a V.
Yeah, I would have no idea.
I have to think. I'll think of it by the end of this, but this is his concept basically. He it's funny because he speaks like his first language was Korean, so when he's coaching in English, it's very like simplified, which is actually helpful because like he boiled down like the fundamentals of League really well. Like he
Yeah.
basically breaks it down into three things: range, damage, CC. And you can even draw a chart like this. Um, this is essentially what you're doing in your head before a game. This is just visualizing it like in letters and
Yeah.
symbols almost. Um, so just in terms of the 1v1 mid, just to simplify things, let's just think about it in terms of the 1v1. So Seraphine, TF versus Seraphine from TF's perspective. So range wise, um, it's about even to almost losing because Seraphine's Q.
Yeah.
Like TF's Q
That
is
one
pretty
ability.
long, but like her Q is more spammable, like a little more AoE. So I'd say even to almost losing. It doesn't matter what these symbols are. Like I just put circle for even and like minus for losing, like check mark for winning, X for like straight losing.
Yeah.
Like just basic symbols you can think about in your head. So like let's just say the 1v1 mid, we're even to almost losing in range. Damage wise, about the same. CC, uh I'd say even to almost winning for us, not. I don't want to do a plus mark. That's too confusing with the X, but check almost even to like a check mark on CC because we have the gold cards plus Predator. So,
Yeah.
um, looking at this, which of these three is the most important? Range, damage, or CC?
Uh, well, I think honestly, if like when I go into games, I look at CC like as like the main thing, at least for me,
Okay,
because it's kind of the easiest, right? Um, then I think the second one would probably be range, right? Because that kind of determines how you play the team
yeah,
fights.
I'd say
What
it's
would you say?
generally range
Okay.
because range usually lets you outspace the CC and the damage.
Yeah. Okay, I agree
Um,
with that.
um, so it just depends on how applicable like the CC is. If this is
Yeah.
point and click CC like a gold card, it's a little bit different story. But Seraphine technically could outspace me and never get in range of it.
Yeah. Get that
Um,
chance.
so that's why I say range is more important because if she spaces perfectly, my CC doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Um, but at lower elos, you're right. The CC matters more because people aren't good
Yeah,
enough. They're
people
not good
don't know.
enough at the range.
They don't. Yeah, they have
But the
no
higher
fucking
elo
idea
you
how to
go, the
play.
more range matters, and that's how you can think about
Yeah.
who gets prio.
Hmm.
Generally, the person with the range advantage gets prio, like Caitlyn.
Yeah.
Um, so that's how you can think of a game plan. In terms of who gets this is so that being said, like who do you think gets prio in this lane after looking at it? Like we have even to almost losing, losing, and then winning for CC.
Yeah, so talking about mid lane.
Yeah, so just in the mid lane, like this is just to determine prio basically.
Yeah.
This chart, like who gets push on the wave and who can control the wave,
Damn,
like
actually,
TF or Seraphine.
trying to visualize like the abilities and that. I think.
Well, just looking at this chart, how it already looks, like,
Oh, okay. Then so they you have losing and then winning. So then TF would get pro, right?
well,
Do-
this is from TF's perspective,
Oh,
is
okay.
losing, losing, and then he wins in CC. So I would say Seraphine wins the prio because
Yeah,
she's
yeah, that's
winning
what I
range,
meant.
she's winning damage.
Yeah, so Seraphim was winning. Yeah, yeah,
In
that's what I meant.
theory, right?
Mhm.
This is all theoretical. So
Yeah.
that doesn't mean if I'm TF, that doesn't mean I'm gonna give her the prio. Like
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna hand it to her. Like she's got to work for it. She's got to do everything right first. If I notice that she's not using her range or she's not using her damage correctly
Mhm.
to push the wave, I'm gonna battle her for level 2. I'm still gonna battle her for level 2.
Yeah.
As soon as I think it's not doable anymore, that's when I'll play a little safer and just. I understand I'm supposed to lose the lane as TF, but I have
Mhm.
CC, so if I play it well enough, I can set up ganks for Talon.
Yeah.
I can help set up this guy, um, because I have the CC. So that's how you can think about like a small plan for the lane. Is like you're probably gonna lose prio. Doesn't mean you should give it to her. Like if she gives you prio, take it, because prio is good. You can go invade with your jungle. You can go gank top, gank bot with prio. But you don't want to die. Like you don't want to go into it not knowing who gets prio, then try to get it and get chunked. You know, you want to know
Yeah.
who gets it first. So I can go into this being like, okay, I'm gonna play this safe, but if she gives me prio, I'm gonna take it.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then you can do this for every single lane. Um, so that was just for the mid lane. And like I said, you're doing this in your head. You don't actually have to draw it out, but this
Yeah.
helps you visualize it for the first time.
Mhm.
But this is what League boils down to: is these three things. Um,
Gotcha.
at
Yeah.
least
Usually we just.
from a game plan perspective, there's a lot more to it. From information, like League is an information based game for the most part. Like I'd say information matters more than range, but like range is part of this whole information thing. Like knowing the ranges is all part of information, like information
Yeah.
gathering, like getting vision on the enemy, information. Um, you know which side of the map to play to if you have more info, and which lane to gank, when to go in, all this stuff. Um, yeah, knowing who wins the range advantage because her Q is longer than my like autos and stuff. That's all important. Just being able, like a lot of times you'll get this wrong. A lot of times you'll get this chart wrong. Like you thought you had more damage, but she ended up having more or something. But it's just about adjusting it over time, making your plan better over time. 1%
Gotcha.
better every time. Okay, so then I'll let you do it for this bot lane. So let's think you're Lulu versus Nautilus.
Mhm.
And let's make it a little more complicated. So Lulu and Vayne versus Nautilus and Aphelios. So you're Lulu and Vayne. So for range, what's the range looking like? Lulu Vayne versus not Aphelios.
Well, Lulu has the range over the knot, but then I think Aphelios and Vayne aren't they almost like the same? Like,
It depends
what I
what
know.
gun. It depends what guns
Oh,
Aphelios
that's
has.
true. Aphelios will have
He
range then,
starts with
yeah.
his green gun.
Okay. I don't
So
play
that's
much
about
Aphelios, but
that's
I know
Caitlyn.
Aphelios.
The Caitlyn range gun, green.
Yeah, then Aphelios will definitely. Okay, so there's gonna be Nautilus or Aphelios favored for the range, and then Lulu favored on the other side.
So it's
Like
like
plus mod.
slightly
Plus.
losing for the ADCs and then check for Lulu.
Yeah, yeah, we say that.
Yeah, so that's how you can do it. You do like two symbols because like one's for the ADCs, one's for the supports.
Yeah.
So damage.
Uh, have to go Aphelios, right? Aphelios.
Uh,
Or unless she gets like her
what if Vayne
third
gets
like
a third?
auto.
What if she gets a three
Yeah,
proc plus? You know, so it's
versus
I'd
attack.
say it's like the actual
I don't know.
if they're both hitting their damage, it's almost like even to like even almost winning, right?
Mhm. For the Vayne side. Okay.
This is just for the ADCs,
Yeah.
and then for the supports, damage.
Uh, ooh, I
It's
guess
like
that's
even,
where they
right?
start. Yeah, we'll just do even. Yeah.
So it's pretty close in damage.
Mm-hmm.
CC.
CC. I probably prefer the well. It goes hook into polymorph. Then that'll just be even. If not, then I don't know. I think I
Uh,
rather go with Nautilus CC, right?
yeah, I'd say Nautilus has the edge there,
Yeah, because he has hook,
but it's
stun,
it's
and then
like
ult.
a check minus because of polymorph.
Yeah.
Um, but we're doing it from Lulu's perspective. So
Yeah, from Lulu.
let's do an X plus or something. So
Okay.
she loses, but like there's a little asterisk because polymorph. And then for the ADCs, CC in Vayne's perspective.
Um, she only has a E, so she loses, right?
Yeah, she has Condemn and he has Gravitum sometimes. So I'd
Yeah.
say
Because he has a
hers is a little. It's like
on.
even to almost winning because Condemn's more consistent because you don't always have Gravitum, but then Gravitum's a lot easier to apply. So I'd say it's almost like just dead even.
Okay.
We call this even for CC on the ADCs, but you lose in terms of Nautilus. So looking at this whole thing, who do you think wins?
Okay, so we have minus, plus, even, then even, lose. So based on that, you'd say that the fillers and Nautilus would win, right?
Um,
No, am I looking at this wrong? Hold on. So first,
why?
yeah,
Why?
minus. Okay, so the middle part is okay. So the damage is mostly even. CC wise, you
Yeah, like
have
you have a slight edge in damage.
even for the Vayne and the Filios, and then you lose with the Lulu, so that's a minus there. Now the range you lose for the
Lose for the Vayne,
Vayne,
win for
Vayne, and
the
you win with Lulu.
Lulu.
So what the heck? So I
Right.
mean,
There's a
this
lot of
looks
factors,
even.
right? Like
Yeah,
it's hard. It's hard to tell, right?
it's hard, super. Yeah,
So in
almost
this
like an even
case,
matchup then.
yeah. So in this case, what matters in terms of what
Um,
in lane? How do you win lane in this?
I guess you look at the like whatever you have a plus on, or wherever you're like you, or whatever you have a slight edge on, and then just use that to your advantage. Or does it just come down to mechanics,
Yes,
maybe?
yes, yes. You
Okay.
use your strengths to your advantage. Also, you gotta when it's this close, you have to start in lane. You cannot leash.
Oh, I see.
If
Okay,
you leash and it's this close, whoever gets the lane first wins the lane.
I see. Okay, that makes sense.
That's how you have to think about it. A lot of bot
Gotcha.
lanes will just lose lane, and you'll be like, "Why the fuck is bot losing?" It's because they fucking leashed or something, or
Yeah,
they both leashed and like one bot lane got there first. So if you know this for your team, and it's close like this, tell your bot lane not to leash. Like tell them to start in lane or to leash short. Like leash till 137. 137 is a short leash. 139 is a long leash.
I see.
So tell them to leash to
That's good to know.
137 maximum if they're in a close matchup. Where because
Yeah.
in bot all that matters is you get prio. Because if you get prio, you can dodge skill shots by having the buffer of minions in front of you. You can
Or level two
harass.
first.
Yeah, you can zone minion. You can get level 2. Yeah, zone. It's so good. And bot lane's 2 kills versus 1, so it's so much more value.
Yeah, I
Um,
see.
yeah, that's when it's very close. Like, if they both got to lane at the same time, I would give the edge to Nautilus Aphelios because Nautilus has Relic Shield to start pushing the wave. Um, his aftershock is really strong at level 1 if he hits Q at all. Um,
Yeah.
and they have Exhaust plus Ignite, which is stronger than Heal plus Exhaust because Ignite counters Heal.
Yeah.
So that's when you think, okay, my bot lane can definitely. They have to start in lane. They cannot leash or they will lose bot lane. That's what you can go into it thinking. So you can do these little plans for in your head for every lane in terms of the 2v2s that are happening. Like you can think of mid as a mid 1v1 plus the jungler. So this is like a 2v2 almost. And top is like the 1v1 but also the 2v2. in terms of
Gotcha.
that chart. You can quickly do that in your head, like range damage CC. Who
Hmm.
wins? Okay, range is most important usually, but if they can't space well, then CC, right? Because
Yeah, I
if the
agree.
CC lands, range doesn't matter anymore. If Nautilus hits his hook, the range advantage is no longer a factor. They're
Yeah.
on top of each other. So, um, yeah, that's why. Yeah, CC is generally better at lower elos, and range matters more later. Um,
Yeah, once people actually understand
yeah, but range
the
matters a lot
concept.
for in terms of who gets prio, like the Seraphine TF.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's uh that's what you can do for a game plan. So like knowing all that information as Lee Sin, I can plan out like where I want to go. So now I know, or let's say I'm Talon. As Talon, I'm not gonna make my bot lane leash, especially and me as Lee. I'm not gonna. Or let's see what I do in this game. Do I get a leash? I probably do, but I probably shouldn't have. Okay, we invaded. Almost got a kill. Okay, so they leash because we almost got a kill, but I think I tell them to go. They leash to 137, so that's good. Yeah, they leash to 137 and goes. That was good. They leashed me very short. I think I even typed it in chat. Yeah, I said short leash.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I didn't type 130. I should even type 137 to be specific because a lot of people don't know what a short leash is.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I would not be like, oh, just a few autos. I'm out.
yeah, which is fine. Yeah, they understood. But see, watch what happens. They get to lane first. Actually, no. Lulu does Lulu start? No, they started in lane. Okay, so they didn't leash. The other team didn't leash at all, but they got to lane. Uh, they didn't hit the creeps right away. So Vayne and Lulu fucked up and didn't start autoing the wave right away. So like I said, Nautilus just walks up with his relic shield,
Hmm.
hits the minions a couple times, and I could tell bot lane's winning already once they hit two and start zoning.
Yeah.
And now I'm pathing away from them as the jungler, so they know they're not going to have my help for 3 minutes. But because I made them do a short leash, not a long, they actually get to win lane now. So, uh, I literally this game win all three lanes through my pathing. Like this, I think this minion spots me actually. That's why he backs off. This minion actually sees me. I thought I was hidden, but I was gonna walk up here and Q him, and then just get a
That
free
minion
kill.
spotted you right there? Wow.
I think it actually does because this curve in the wall.
Oh.
It's like line of sight, and
Yeah.
my hitbox is right here. I think he actually sees me because his movement's weird. He does not have a ward here, but he backs way off.
Yeah. Automatic
I
starts.
can't. I don't start ward hop, so I can't get him here unless I Q flash or something.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I like just walking through like this. It relieves some pressure off Seraphine. I didn't steal any
Hmm.
XP, and I was going top anyway. So I gave bot's winning lane. They hit two first because if I did a short leash for them, they're
Hmm.
winning lane by themselves. Uh, I helped mid, and I get first blood top, all in one. All just because I had that game plan of okay, bot lane's a very even matchup. I need to they like it's range. Like they need to get to lane first, or at least quickly.
Hmm.
That's all these little things you can do for that game plan and improve on. So for this one, we kill Fiora. She TP's back. I wanted to regank her, but Malphite hadn't got his TP back off. So I'm gonna let him TP back to lane first. Go to Scuttle. I got a little scared because Fiora dropped in the river. Mid had prio, so I stopped doing the Scuttle because I noticed I didn't have top or mid prio. So I
Hmm.
just give up the Scuttle. I was like, okay, I just go do Gromp and then gank top again. Then no, Fiora has no TP,
Yeah.
so I go gank top. Like I said, I'm always doing something with a plan. Like, okay, she has no TP. I'm going. That's my plan. I go kill her. Okay, there's a TP. My plan now is to back off. Let's all run. Yeah, your plan constantly changes with new information.
Hmm.
I'm not just autopiloting. Always a plan. Okay.
I'm surprised the TF actually TP there.
Yeah. And then look, they're not. I noticed they're not on the same page. Fiora and TF because he gold carded me, but Fiora's in Narnia. So
Yeah.
I just engage on this. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, they're trolling. We just go and fight them. Here she flashes. I was gonna smite this creep and Q through it, but I wasn't fast enough. So she actually gets away. I try to Q
Oof.
flash, but Malphite's AoE auto kills her. So
Yeah, that's insane.
My Q flash misses. I should have queued this guy. but like the intent was good. It's just like that's where I know my intent was good by reviewing this, so I can see my clicks.
Yeah.
Like my intent was good throughout this, but there's still mistakes. Like this
Was
um
this a Plat 2 game or what account is this?
uh
It is, right? Or is
this
this Plat?
is yeah, this is like plat 3, plat 2. But I should like so my mistake here is not knowing that Fiora is gonna die off Malphite's AoE auto. But
Yeah.
I didn't even think he was gonna reach, so I think what I did was fine. My mistake is really continuing the chase after I waste Q here. Because we're safe. We're both out if we leave now. But
Yeah.
I tunnel visioned and Talon's coming. So I actually live for that turret shot, but Talon just W's and gets a double kill.
Yeah, the talent.
So
Wow.
the whole early game was good until I tunnel visioned. Because this is
Yeah.
the one play I did without a plan was this. Everything has a plan. It has a plan now. It has a plan. Good intent. Good intent. Still good intent. Even though I missed this, still good intent. Bad intent. Right now, I'm just chasing. I'm just fiending for kills. I'm just fiending for this kill. There's no plan here. Like I have no way out. You know, like I have no ward to hop to him. Like I don't see Talon. Like this is just complete grief. But until then, the first 4 minutes I played completely with intention, really good. So that's how you can think about it. Is just find those moments where you like lose your train of thought and figure out what caused that. Like for me, it was just complete greed. Like
Yeah.
I see low HP, I go for a kill. You know, but like there's no kill here. Like my maybe with the E slow, I was thinking maybe my E slow would do it. I guess, but right here I should notice this guy's not dying. He's not dying to us.
Yeah.
Like there's no way. We
Yeah,
had
that turret shot was also
yeah
could have avoided that.
yeah. I could have got out of the second one. Maybe live, but Talon still cleans us both up regardless. So we still win that game, but it's like that's what you can kind of look at. It's like make a plan and champ select as you load in, and then uh that little plan will help you know who needs to leash, who gets prio, which lane you want to like fight around first. You want to fight around your winning lanes rather than your losing. You want to minimize in your losing lanes, minimize in your losing lanes, and gank the winning lanes, like snowball the winning lanes. That's the highest percentage play.
Yeah.
Have your
Yeah.
losing lanes hide under towers. You don't have to.
Yeah.
If you go to the worst thing you do is try to gank a losing lane and then you fucking die yourself and then
It's over at that
yeah,
point.
it's all over. Mental booms.
Forfeit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Basically.
And then okay, in terms of valuation, so we did a game plan. So in terms of valuation, um, after that, I value being on the same page as my teammate higher than XP and gold. So um, let's see. I'm trying to find a good example of this, but I don't know if I'll find one. But um,
I think I know what you're saying. I think like playing for the team and like like with the team is a lot more important than like playing solo like yourself. Right?
yeah, like
It depends on the games really, because a lot of times I really do just play for whatever the team wants to do, because
or
at least that's what gets me the more wins, right? Whenever I play solo and greedy, I don't rotate with the for the team, even though it's not the best play. I tend to lose more
yeah,
because they're
it's
just so fixed on doing what they're doing that
yeah,
I might as well join them and like actually win than just do the correct play and just stay alone. I don't know. It just
yeah.
depends.
Like it's much better for the team to always be on the same page. Like it's okay to ping off play. Like if you think the play is bad, like communicate that, ping it off, and then try to get him on the same page as you, thinking it's bad. But if he doesn't think it's bad and just goes for it anyway, a lot of times it's better to help him than to ditch him.
Hmm.
Unless you think you're gonna die too. Like if you think it's gonna be worse
Oh
outcome
yeah,
if you
it's
go,
terrible. Yeah.
then don't go. But if you think there's a chance that, like that it's a good play, but you just didn't want to do it, just do it. Just be on the same page with the guy. Take the small sacrifice because that will stop him from tilting. Um,
Yeah.
which is the main concern. Is his mental is like 60% of the win. So it's like just maintaining everyone's mental in the game is the most important. Then comes efficiency. So XP, I value XP more than gold. So just if you're in a losing matchup, just soaking XP under tower is quite all right. Just getting your levels. Um,
Mhm.
Because a lot of times, if you're just soaking XP and the other guy he gets bored and goes roams, you can actually get a level lead over that guy if he leaves the lane. Even though
Yeah.
you might be
True.
down 50 CS, but you could still have been an XP range for all of that. So
Mhm.
if he leaves and goes roams, you actually become a higher level than him, and when he gets back to lane, you kill him on that level up.
Yeah.
So it gives you like a win condition for XP wise. Gold is second most important after that, or third most, because of being on the same page as number one. But gold is like knowing how much a scuttle is worth versus a wave, or how much a turret plate's worth versus the wave. Like just literally going into the wiki and looking up the gold amounts for different things. Like who should be getting the gold? Is it better on the ADC? Is it better on mid? Like those little things start mattering a lot. So yeah, gold. Like 13 CS is equivalent to one kill, essentially, or even less CS, depending on what CS you get. So you can play for the goal of just zoning the guy off 13 creeps, and if you die, it's the same amount of value. So you can kind of find that line of where I'm gonna die versus how much creeps I can zone. Um,
Yeah.
get really good
That
at
makes sense.
that. It's okay to go 10 CS a minute, 0-0-0, because you still have way more gold than the guy who went 5 CS a minute with 10 kills.
Hmm.
Like,
And
um,
sometimes that's a better play because when you play too aggressive, you just get ganked and die. So it's not worth
mhm. Yeah, and then always playing for your wave states gets you more CS and always puts your lane in a good spot to gank.
it. True.
So
Especially for top lane.
yeah,
That's really important.
yeah. Um, so can we go into one of your games now? We just do a
Hmm.
quick little pod
Yeah.
review.
Let's see.
I'll just watch yours.
We could do a I want to review the Silas game because apparently, well,
Yeah, and we'll start by making that game plan in the load
okay,
screen, or like whatever you don't, because we won't have the load screen, but it's we'll just start with making a plan and just seeing what we did after we make this plan.
we could do for mouse or hard. Let me see if I can find a good one that's gonna like show. Actually, we'll do that one. We'll do because this one was also streamed and everything. It's against the JV team, so
Cool.
this one would be good. Let me see if let me start sharing my screen real quick. Uh, Here's, okay,
Cool. So just pause. Oh, you can't pause, right? Yeah, you can. So pause it here.
I can pause here. Yeah.
And just think of the 1v1. So range, damage, CC. So range wise, you versus Ori.
So me versus Ori, she has range on me.
Yeah, she's got the check mark. You have X
Yep.
mark. You have like an X. So
Damage wise, the damage rate should be fairly even, especially after level 3. But before that, she could just poke me down. And then
yeah,
the
yeah, it's
CC,
fairly even. I would even give you a slight edge if you actually land everything.
yeah,
So you can do like a even to almost a even plus a plus mark or something.
for Silas, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for Silas,
Then
and then
CC,
CC. I
she only
say
has. I mean,
you
she
have
has no
this.
CC. I
She
have
has a
CC,
slow.
but I
You
have
have a
a
hard
actual like
CC. So I
stun
give
knock.
you the check
Yeah.
mark.
Yeah.
Only downside is yours is not like point and click. Like hers is easier to hit.
Yeah.
Hers isn't point and click, but it's like AOE. Like
Yeah. It's a lot easier
yeah, yeah.
for my ad.
Um, that's how you can think about it. So you're more looking to set up ganks rather than play for prio.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
but if she gives you
She
prio,
does something weird.
if she gives you
Like she.
prio, you might as well take it, right? She's not here,
Yeah.
so it's still like questionable. It's still hard to get the prio on her at this point. So I think it's fine what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
pinging. Like, where is she?
because even if you start pushing, you might be able to just start pushing and just go for level 2 first.
Oh, she's invisible right now.
What the heck? That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, this Silas game was not my bet. Or okay, here's the thing. So I never play Silas. Like, if you look at my solo queue, like
Yeah.
history, the only time I can play Silas is like in like an actual competitive match because I seen perks play him, I seen caps play him, and
Hmm.
that's kind of where I learned, right? And I just
Hmm.
learned like they always prioritize CS like levels 1 through 6, and then they start going ham after that. Yeah, it kind of just depends.
Yeah, I'd say
But
even
against,
level one, you can take a trade with Ori. If she's right
I
there,
did
just
take,
E auto.
yeah, she does this, and then I just went to trade here,
Yeah,
but
it could have
because of the
even been
minion
more
damage,
devastating. Like go back, you
yeah,
could
I definitely fucked up here. Let me go back.
um like let's find where she is. As soon as she shows
Just
like
going on
there,
her.
like E toward her auto attack, and then do
Yeah,
E2 auto attack. But the way you do it is fine. Um, it just puts
yeah,
you in a
this
little more
guy,
danger. So she can trade back more damage on you that way. But that's
yeah,
fine. It's a really good trade. Even um,
because Ori
it
is one of
benefits
his
you.
main champs. I just think Ori's a dog shit champ, or like at least in like Ariela.
Mm,
Every time I play against an Ori, I'm like, cool, I can play whatever into her.
yeah, yeah, I agree. At this elo, it's not very good. It's more of a supportive champ.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Or
good thing I
Jarvan
picked
has
Ori
to be really good.
because I could have gone Echo. No, Echo was bad, I think, or Cannon. I could have gone Syndra into this matchup because Syndra does really well as well.
Yeah, I think you're wasting that first E auto attack. That
The
first
first E
empowered
auto
auto
attack.
attack. Like a lot of times,
I
I'm
think
not
I
seeing
used
you
it
use it.
clear.
I would like to see you just E right on top of it. Why are you Eing to the side like that? Like just I guess you're trying
I
to
got the
avoid the
minion.
ball or something, but like
No, it was for the minion.
oh, okay, okay.
We'll look at it again. Yeah, I got the CS and then I went in.
Yeah, I guess that's fine.
Yeah, but again, yeah, no, I
You're
trust
I
me,
just
this is not the best
your
Sylas game.
empowered autos mean a lot because if she's good, she just runs you down after that and like
Yeah,
chunks you so hard. So you need to get that extra auto off to make sure the damage is good. Now the lane's in a kind of a bad spot because you didn't want to push, but she gave you prowess. You might as well take it. Like the goal is just
yeah.
get level 3 and then trade again. Here.
And this, okay, this, I think I was a
Okay,
little
lane's coming
nervous for
back
this
to you. That's
game.
fine. You just let it come back to you. That's fine.
Yeah,
You're worried about Jarvan now too.
I
This
was
is
remember
good.
about Jarvan. Here, my jungler's ganking top, so I'm like, all right. After that, I have no problem, man. I'm gonna farm up all these creeps. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And lane's in
just
a
hold them.
pretty decent spot for you now because Ori is now scared. She sees
Yeah,
Graves though. She knows where Graves is. So you have to chill because she's not in danger of a gank now. It's fine. She didn't punish. I like that you're going when her Q's down, not in danger. Good
yeah. I missed
CSing.
like too many CS
No,
here.
that was pretty good though. You did there.
I missed that one though.
Yeah, it's okay. Silas hard right away.
It is a little bit harder for Sylas. Yeah, but this is exactly what like Caps and like, or at least when I watch Caps play, he just takes all this like like he doesn't care if he gets like traded like if
So
he
here
loses
you need
trades as long
base
as he gets
TP.
CS.
Just base TP.
Yeah, so this is why I
Um.
told my jungler I'm like, yo, I'm not here.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine.
He somehow steals the freaking scuttle with like his W, so
Yeah.
that's like crazy.
Um.
So because of that, I just go back into
That
that
was good.
TP.
Like I said, I like being on the same page, but if my jungler is doing something absolutely crazy like that, that's where you don't have to help him. Because
Yeah,
there's no world where you helping that actually makes it better.
yeah, no, I'd straight up tell him like, hey, I can't,
It's
I'm not
only
gonna be there for
what I
that
mean
play.
by that is only the situations that change if you go to them.
I see. Okay,
Where like maybe you didn't want to do it, but like it actually would work if you win. That's the ones you should go for. But
gotcha.
if you think it 100% will work, that's when you just ping them off, tell them fuck off, or not.
Yeah.
Don't tell them that, but like think
No, yeah,
that.
I gotcha.
And then what you can be typing in the chat is just the summoner timers as you see them get used around the map.
Yeah, that's what I haven't done, but I need to.
Because like these lull
I just
states
gotta get used to
where
it.
you're just farming like this, you might as well just like, oh, top use flash, let's time that. You
Hmm.
know.
So here she has no mana, so I'm like, I
Yeah,
can take
really
this
good,
trade.
really good. Yeah,
But I
that's
do
how I
take
want to see
so
that. You
much.
did that trade really well.
Yeah, but the minion aggro killed
That's
me
fine
there.
because she's so the more she stays in lane, the better it is for you now. Because your all in is better than
Yeah,
hers. She needs to
here
have gotten a recall. Oh, she already did get a recall off. Okay.
yeah, she TP'd. I was telling my jungler, I'm like, yo, this is like free here. Like,
Yeah, he's just letting
like
them
she has
know.
no mana.
Dre just hadn't backed yet, so he's trying to get his first. He just got his first back off. Um, he could come right now, but she could also just get out with how it is right now. She's spacing pretty far back. You're
Yeah,
happy just getting last hits here for free. He's
like,
running
I'm
him.
just farming. Plus, I have flash, so I was never like really 100% worried for the gank.
Yeah,
Not
you could
until it's
even just
sick,
go in
right?
on. She's so you could just try to go in on her and trade.
Yeah, I think I was talking to the jungler about a play. That's why I kept like I didn't like push
Hmm.
too hard during
Oh,
trade.
that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
But he wants to just grab dragon. He's like, it's not guaranteed there. I guess it's guaranteed now because you could grab Oriole, but she could flash it. So
That is true.
now you just want to crash this wave because it's getting kind of dangerous.
Yeah, I think I get a ward before I do that.
That's fine. That ward's kind of meh.
a little troll, yeah.
It's okay. I just don't expect a gank route from that. It'd be a pretty weird gank route from like wolves.
Yeah, that's true.
And now we just base. If that's a cannon. If it's not a cannon, you can stay. Just base though. There's nothing to get. Nothing to get. Just base, base,
I
base,
think
base,
we
base.
try to dive bot here.
Bot's back.
Actually, wait, never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we don't base, and now we're staying for the cannon. So, or it's not a cannon. Okay, it's not a cannon. Good, 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 good.
Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Because we want to stay for this. This was one you actually could have based on because she actually couldn't push with no mana. So
Yeah, and she was gonna base
yeah,
herself.
you could have backed, but this is fine too because now she has to stay anyway. So, yeah, you can actually just keep staying because
Yeah.
she's her being helps us a lot. And now you have Prio. Good. I like that you just moved this because you know Ori zoom, so you can just completely guarantee this. But only thing is Leona's here. But your support's on the way, so you can just stall it.
Mhm.
Okay, J4 Leech, good, good, good. All right, you got the Scuttle for team now, but you're missing wave mid. You're missing wave mid.
Yeah.
You didn't fully push it yet, or he knows that she's frozen. She's up a level on you now, or like slightly. She's up a little bit of XP,
Yeah, she is.
but she didn't. She didn't fully freeze it, which is fine. But you did lose the cannon. You did lose cannon. So you got your. So that's what another gold thing. So pause. Um, how much was that scuttle worth versus how much you just lost for that cannon? This is another thing I want you to do sometimes is look in the wiki. Like literally look at what level you are right now. Go to Google, type in scuttle
Mhm.
crab.
Yeah.
Scuttle crab wiki, and then hover, or it's Rift Scuttler Camp. Rift Scuttler Camp. That's what it is. Rift Scuttler Camp.
So I. Oh, okay, I found it.
And it shows you. Okay, so the monster's level was level 7, right? Because everyone's level 7.
Yeah.
So how
Or
much value is
level
that?
6, but yeah.
So you're level 6. So it's
Uh,
let's say it was 105 gold. That's what it's saying on this chart on the wiki.
yeah.
It was 105 gold and gave you 172 XP. So 172 experience, 105 gold.
I
You seeing
mean,
that?
but that was for the jungler, right? Because I didn't even get it, right?
Yeah, for the jungler. So that's what you think. That's what you just secured your team. But what did you
Okay.
lose for it? Let's go to
Uh,
cannon minion.
okay.
Cannon minion. Or siege. It's called siege minion. Siege minion. Level. What minute in the game is it?
It was like 720, I think. Because that's when I lost it.
So it's 69 gold for a cannon and about 100 XP. So
Yeah.
yeah, so you get about uh 1.5 times the cannon. A scuttle is like 1.5 cannons
1.5, yeah, one and a
at
half, I
that
guess.
point in the game. At that point in the game,
Yeah.
a scuttle's worth even less. Like the earlier the game is.
Yeah.
Um, so you can think like these are the amounts you want to think of when you're giving up a cannon or something for the crab. But for the most part, it's very like close. So I'd say if your jungler is going for it, that's the same thing. If you can change the situation, like you just could, because you know Ori was and you weren't so you could change the situation. That's when it's okay to give up your own cannon, even though it's kind of like not worth the amount of gold you just gave up, because they could probably do it without you. Um,
Yeah. That's true.
uh, it's still fine. It's still the right play to do what you did, because of how close it is.
Yeah, I think we also, or like another reason why I did that was because so level
Yeah,
1, or remember when like Graves ganked top? He actually traded.
yeah.
Like it was not a good gank. So then you can see like Vlad's like down like 20 CS. The Aurelia has like a perma freeze
But
on top.
in a in a competitive game, these are the details you should be arguing with your teammates
Yeah.
in post game, not in the game, but like in post game, be like, should we have really gone for that scuttle? Like, I lost a cannon that's worth this much, like that's what you should be talking about with your team otherwise. But in solo queue, just kind of default to the simplest play, you know.
Yeah, which was just
Like
kind
a
of
lot of
going
people
with them for
won't
like
know. A
help.
lot of people in solo queue don't know this information, so you just have to kind of make the best of the situation.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. So we can keep watching.
Yeah, so here's Ori Stone. I think I just pushed this and I might reset. Actually, I don't
Yeah,
know
we should
now.
be looking top. Our team's trying to dive top right now.
Yeah. Oh, this is where
Um,
so he helps break the freeze because that was a nasty freeze that
okay,
happened.
yeah, she's just breaking the freeze.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, just
Here I should have.
whenever your jungler's trying to do something, just try to hover them if possible. Right now, you're fine just freezing on the Ori because she's and she's staying. You can even 1v1 her,
Yeah.
but you need to know where Jarvan is to 1v1 her. Or at least have an idea.
Yeah.
That's fine. Jarvan has break it. You can't really hold that wave anymore, which is fine. But you get the jungler. You got Jarvan to show, which is really good.
hmm
So now we clear these two, and do we push the next one?
No, I just reset. Do you think I should have
Um,
pushed it? It's because it was canon. So I don't know.
yes, you should have pushed this one
Should have pushed it.
because
Okay.
look at where it is. It's closer to your tower than hers.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
your
push it.
reinforcement wave will arrive first.
Yeah, and then push away.
Yeah, and look, you're gonna miss the cannon, but
Oh,
she won't.
that's true. Oof.
So you miss cannon, she doesn't. And like I said, how much value was that? We just talked about it. It was like 90 gold and
Yeah.
like or 90 like 100 XP and like 90 gold or something.
hmm
So now she's once she gets that cannon, she's up 100. See how she just hit 8 first, but she hasn't even
Yeah.
hit she hasn't even dinked the cannon yet. So
Yeah. That was bad for me then, right there. Yeah, that's what I
um
think this is like a good game to like look at because a lot of stuff happened, and
yeah.
I could like definitely learn
It was just
and
these
do
little
better.
like wave decisions. So that
hmm
was a tough one because I don't know if you were gonna have enough wave clear to clear it in time.
I was definitely low on mana.
Yeah. But
I'm
maybe
not
because Silas
sure.
can AoE everything with his Q, I think you did have enough. I think you do have enough at this level. Maybe earlier in the game you don't, but at level 7 you did.
Yeah.
Um,
So
maybe.
here because I get the push in first, me and jungler were like, hey, this
Yeah,
guy's
yeah.
just TP bot.
That
I don't
was
know this
really
guy like
good.
what's he doing. I just got a flash.
And go back to when you comboed Ziggs.
I could have definitely hit my E, but
So this is how you hit. This is how you guarantee E. E to him. Dub. All right. E1 then W.
yeah, I should have W'd
So
and then E.
E1 W E2. That's how you do
Mhm.
it mostly. Because then you're just like right on top of him. You can't miss. And he tries to dodge your
Yeah,
W. He tries to dodge your W, and then he doesn't dodge your E2. Um, but you might have not been in W range there. So if you weren't in W range, then you just have to YOLO it.
yeah. I don't
But
think I was, but I think I could have gone to it.
yeah, yeah. I just
But yeah,
I
this
haven't
is
seen you been doing the EW trade that much, so I was a little concerned.
gotcha. But yeah, we get a kill here. I mean, Ziggs
Because
just used
Your
TP.
W is so low of a cooldown, it'll come up again. After
Yeah,
if you use it first like that, it'll come up again. Especially if you're W max, but you're Q maxing, right? Oh, you W max here. That's interesting. Usually, when you go fleet against a range character, you actually Q max.
the Q max. Okay.
Um, but
Yeah, I just W max.
if you think you can get onto them, like if your thinking is you can get onto Ori, then yeah,
hmm
W max is better. But Q max onto people you can't get onto,
I see. Okay.
because then your Q actually hurts a lot. It's good for wave clear too. Like if Ori's good enough at spacing, I would take Q max here, but like she's not, so usually you're better off W then. Does more damage all in,
Yeah.
or maybe not more damage, but like more sustain. But yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's basically all we need to watch really.
Okay.
Like I said, just focus on the early parts of the game because if you fix the early stuff, you wouldn't put yourself in this situation to have to
Yeah.
fix the mistakes now. But yeah, mechanically you're good. Just like yeah, little things like using the W first,
Yeah, it's all the
but
little things.
yeah,
Yeah,
but like
and
it
I
seems
know
pretty
I
solid
know it's
mechanically.
misplaying to that game too. I know I could have played it a lot better.
And then
It just
I don't know if you
eh,
use F keys. Do you use F keys?
my to like see like the other players.
Yeah, that is
Uh,
more. It's way more efficient. Um,
yeah,
it's way more efficient than clicking on the map. Um,
I do it occasionally. I definitely wouldn't say I do, but I have been doing it more just because I
yeah,
see a lot of
I would
pro players do
don't
it.
over. I wouldn't overuse it. You don't have to
Yeah.
full on speaka it and do it between every single auto, but um, like just every around the plays that you should be a part of, try to use F keys a little bit. Like okay, your jungle's going for scuttle, like F key to him, or like you're ganking top, you're ganking bot, like F key to that lane before you go.
Hmm.
Like or if you're dead, like if you're dead, just shot calling, you can click and drag on the map or F key. Like sometimes clicking and dragging on the map gives you more vision than F keying will. But
Yeah, I do it when like I'm like walking back to lane or like recalling.
yeah.
Yeah, just something quick.
It's definitely during lull states. Any lull state, just do that, get information.
Yeah,
But yeah. That's
gotcha.
pretty much it, I think, for now. I
Hmm.
know that was a lot of info, so I don't want to go too far on this.
Yeah,
Um
that was great.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
I hope so. I hope there's some takeaways. I made a recording, so I'm gonna cut my stream right here so you have a little VOD to go off of.